OpenAI and ChatGPT just released a new update today that brings them one step closer to true AI agents. What do I mean by AI agents? So AI agents is where you have multiple AIs running around and doing different tasks and working together. Maybe one is a research agent. It goes out and it researches. Then it comes back and another one writes an article. And then they go back and forth and they analyze against each other. And then they actually go out and do different tasks, and not just all at once, but they also can work at different time periods. They can work at different schedules. That's what a true AI agent does, and we're getting closer to that. So what ChatGPT launched today is they launched tasks. You can now create tasks in ChatGPT and have it remind you on your set schedule. So let's actually dive in and take a look at this. So first off, we'll head over to OpenAI's their help doc here. And here is scheduled tasks in ChatGPT. So I'm going to cover a couple of important notes here. It just came out today, so it might not be in everybody's account. If you have it, it's great, and I'll show you where to find it in your ChatGPT account. But they've also released it for the iPhone and the, let's see, right here, ChatGPT Web, iOS, Android, and Mac OS. So it's currently just on the Pro plan, or let's say the Plus plan, and supposedly they're going to be rolling it out to the free plan later on. Not yet for the Windows app, coming out later in Q1, but what now it does, it gives you the ability to talk with ChatGPT and say, create me a task, and then it will remind you about that task later on. So it'll give you a push notification on your phone. It'll give you a notification on your desktop browser, on your desktop app on the computer. That's great, because now you can have it give you reminders so that you don't have to maybe always use a task manager, or just certain things you're using with ChatGPT, have it remind you daily, weekly, monthly, or one-off task. And here's a couple of examples that they give. Can you give me a briefing on AI news each morning? Practice French with me daily. Remind me about my mom's birthday. Don't worry, Mom, I know when your birthday is. All right, so here they show how you can get to it, and you click on your profile picture on the top right, and then you'll see this new tasks in beta here. So you click on that, and it'll pull up all your tasks. All right, so when you first start that, it'll give you a couple of ideas here that you can use, or just go ahead and create your own. You can ask it to create a task, then it'll create a task with the time, with the date, whatever you tell it to, and it will set that up. To find it, or to find all your tasks, you can go into your settings, then go to notifications, and then right now they have push notification, which is the app on your phone or your iPad and on the desktop, as well as an email you can get. This is where you can edit and pause tasks and view all your tasks that you have. And this just talks about when you first set it up, it's going to have you allow desktop notifications, and if notifications are blocked on your browser right up here, then it'll tell you how to turn them on. So you just have to do that. All right, and so a couple other things we have down here, the usage limit. Currently, it's only for GPT-4o. So if you're using on any of the other models, you won't be able to do this, and I'll show you here in a second. The other limit is you're only allowed to have 10 active tasks at a time now. So once you have 10 active tasks, it won't create anymore. So you have to go and delete some. And it says it's currently in beta, so the following tools and features not yet supported: voice chats, so it won't work for voice, file uploads, and GPTs. All right, so let's actually hop in and take a look now. So if I come over to my ChatGPT here, again, if you click on your profile in the top right here, then you'll see the drop down and you have task here, and you can see your task. So I played around a little bit, set up a couple just to see. For example, here's a completed one. I said, remind me in 10 minutes to take my supplements. And there, it did that. If we click on it, it'll take you to the task. Remind me in 5 minutes to take my supplements. And it came back and reminded me at that time, which was 5 minutes later. If we go back in here, and then, so I'll show you this one last. This says share AI news. I had it set up to do daily now so I can see what it looks like. But probably I'll set this up for every morning. And this will actually research the current news because ChatGPT can search the internet. So that's pretty cool. And then some other things, I don't know, let's play around with complete Wordle. And then check out my automation course. Okay, so this is the desktop. That's how you get to it. But let's go and actually see how we would create one. So if you click on new chat, and then right here, you would change the model. So if you have it in your account, you'll see GPT-4o with scheduled task. You go into this, and then now you give it some reminder. So for example, remind me to post a YouTube video every Monday morning. So then if we ask it, we're going to see the response we get. Post a YouTube video weekly on Monday at 9 a.m. Sure, I'll remind you every morning. Can you change that to 8 a.m.? And there, so it'll update it to 8 a.m. And so now if we go up to our profile picture, we look at tasks, now we will see post YouTube video weekly on Monday. So then you have your task in here. If you want to edit that, you can click on edit here, tell me to post YouTube video, maybe tell me, and then you can change it here to tell me to research my next YouTube video. Change that however you want. Weekly, you can do all of this here. You can do custom, and then you can even set it, get more granular on how you want to do it. For example, you can talk to ChatGPT, and it says to update this custom schedule, just ask ChatGPT. For example, do this every 3 weeks on Tuesday. So, you know, a lot of times with scheduling tools, it's really hard to say, I need this the first and the third Wednesday of each month. And, you know, sometimes it gets hard to schedule something like that. Well, ChatGPT, you can get very granular with it, and it will know exactly what you want. And so we open chat here, there. Now we can go and edit however we want to do that. So that's pretty cool there. All right, so let's pull the desktop app over here. And unfortunately, I haven't found a way to see your scheduled tasks on the desktop app. It says you can. If I go to settings, if I go down to the notifications here, this just shows me what do I want, push notification and email, but I don't see anything else that shows how to actually see all of your chats, all your tasks. So I don't know if you see it on the desktop app. So I don't know if you can do that. But again, if you want to schedule tasks, use the desktop app to schedule them. You come up here and do with scheduled tasks, or down here, select with scheduled tasks. Now here's something I actually haven't tried this. Let's see, what are all of my scheduled tasks? Let's see if that actually, okay, so it can't actually pull up where your scheduled tasks are, but you have all your chats down here. So if you were to go, for example, this one, YouTube video reminder, remind me to post a video, YouTube video every Monday morning, and then there. So you can see them here. And what it'll actually be a little blue dot that will show up when you have the notification. Also on the phone, you can see the notifications. Maybe you can see that right there. The top 3, those are some notifications that came in, some push notifications. So some other cool things that you can do with this, I set up the morning briefing just to test that out. Can you give me a briefing on AI news each evening at 10:34? Because I did this right before recording this video. And then here, it actually went and researched all the new news that's coming up. So that's cool that OpenAI or the task feature works with the internet. So at least that works. That's pretty cool. All right, so now one last thing here. It's actually kind of an interesting thing that I actually first tried when I saw this feature. So let me find that one. I said down here, task reminder suggestions. So what I said, I put this prompt in. From what you know about me, do you suggest any task that I should set up that you can remind me about? Maybe I should put in there like frequently. And then what this did is this actually looked through all of my history, all my chats and everything, because ChatGPT knows about me. So this is a really cool thing. Certainly, here are a few tasks you might consider setting up for reminders based on what I know about you. Content scheduling and publishing, client follow-ups, skill development and learning. Dedicate 30 minutes every day learning something new about high-level making Facebook ads. Hey, that's what I work on. Business operations, perform business operations on a quarterly, monthly basis. Personal growth, take time. This is pretty cool how this knows me, because you can ask ChatGPT based on everything you know about me. And then now I can say, great, can you set up a reminder for me for my content scheduling on my YouTube? Sure, I'll remind you to review your YouTube content every Monday morning. So now I'll get an email every Monday morning at 9. I'll get a notification on my phone or should be on the desktop app here. And then that way I can stay on track with what I'm trying to do, whether it be with ChatGPT or just any daily life or business task. So that's pretty cool what ChatGPT has. No step close to AI agents. In a way, it's probably gonna be getting kind of scary, but go ahead and start using that. It's still in beta, so it's still kind of limited on what you can do. For example, I did test out, what did I test here? I said, I tested in just GPT-4, and I said, how's the weather? And then down here, I said, can you give me weather updates every morning? So at first I was like, memory updated. Got it. I'll provide you weather update every morning. Can you provide it to me every evening at 11:05 p.m.? Understood. I'll provide you a weather update every evening at 11:05. Well, the notification never came in. And there's nothing after it. So that is kind of deceiving. It updated the memory, but it actually didn't update that. So if you're in just a regular chat right now and you want it to remind you of something, it's going to be limited. Won't be able to do that, but just go open a new chat and say, hey, can you remind me about this? This is going to be great also for if you are discussing a new project that you're working on, you're coming up with a big plan, you're saying, hey, provide me a step-by-step plan to get this done. Give me daily task, Monday or weekly task, monthly task. And then you can even work with the chat in there and you can say, okay, great. Create a reminder for this one, and this one to keep me on track every day. So there's some other ideas that you can do as well. And with that being said, I think that covers most of it now. When there's more updates coming out, I will update you. So I will see you on the next video.